Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. In this video, we will introduce a course overview for small business management. Our course is Small Business Management and Entrepreneurship for the third level, Faculty of Commerce, Zagazig University. My name is Ahmad Qamhawi, and I have the honor to be with you, inshallah, this semester 2020-2001. The video is pretty simple. We will give you quickly. This is our website, so details of contact. In this e-learning site, inshallah, we will introduce quizzes, assignments, lectures, announcements, and so on. We are going to use this textbook, Effective Small Business Management and Entrepreneurial Approach. Inshallah, it will be 12th edition, not the 10th, available. Author is Norman Scarborough. We will have 8 chapters in this course, and I'm gonna talk about these 8 chapters in this video. These are the chapters we will discuss and study, inshallah. The first one is about entrepreneurs. What is entrepreneurship and their main characteristics, benefits of entrepreneurship. In that chapter, we will start by defining who the entrepreneur is. And of course, you know, the entrepreneur is the one who take the risk, the one who start a new business and has this internal drive to succeed and make profits and growth. The main objective of the course actually is try to equip, not really equip, to give you an understanding of such traits. So then we hope, inshallah, for all of you to be entrepreneurs of this country. The chapter will introduce characteristics of entrepreneurs, like they always have desire for responsibility, taking risk, being confident, energetic, future-oriented, and so on. The chapter also as well will provide statistics of entrepreneurship all over the world. And because the textbook is American, we will find most of the statistics are American one. One important thing in entrepreneurship is that is diversity. We will talk about diversity. By diversity we mean that entrepreneurs could be male or female, young or old. There are many types of them, although there are many new businesses started by families, but not only families are entrepreneurs, also as well partners, co-preneurs. We will see them in the world of entrepreneurship. The chapter will talk about how important entrepreneurship to economy. They are the ones who provide new products. They are the one who open markets, create new jobs, and so on. So from this economic perspective, also as well, benefits of entrepreneurship for persons, for people, for young people, fellows like you. It's the nice thing, the good thing about entrepreneurs or entrepreneurship is that it gives you opportunity to make a difference, to reach your full potential, as they say. Who knows, maybe you become very successful and reap impressive profits. These are the ones that we will talk about in our course, inshallah. However, entrepreneurship doesn't come without drawbacks and problems. So, inshallah, you will work a lot, always live in stress, You will have complete responsibility, uncertainty. These are examples of the drawbacks of such uh, trait, entrepreneurship. We will talk about how companies feed and promote entrepreneurship. The one most important thing is to introduce entrepreneurs in the country as heroes, as ideal models, emphasize and introduce entrepreneurship in universities and schools, and as we see, we have it as a course here. Um, Also, as well, in this chapter, we will talk about the culture of diversity, and I talked about it before. We talk about small business, what types of businesses usually um, entrepreneurs adopt. And in the end of the chapter, we will talk about the problems and the mistakes that entrepreneurs usually fell in. So that is the chapter, chapter 1. In the second chapter, chapter 2, it's about strategic management and entrepreneurship, or the entrepreneur. In this chapter, we will introduce a whole course in one chapter, actually. It's a summary of many things you will study, inshallah, next year. Strategic management actually is very important, crucial for success of any business, especially managing growth, managing success, being able to deal with threats and directions of the future, long-term ones. So a strategy simply is a long-term plan that we adopt, that guide us and guide the company for the future. And in this chapter, we will talk about what mainly strategies look for and try to build or craft. They try to build competitive advantage and main core competencies. So we will talk about these two terms, competitive advantage and core competencies in organizations. The main dimensions, or the main things that we look for in building a strategy that build a competitive advantage is what products we will sell, and what service we provide, the pricing we offer, the ways we use for selling. These are example of sources for building competitive advantage. Also, technology can be leveraged or can be used as a source of competitive advantage. In core competencies, we will define this term. It's about capabilities, internal ones mainly, and it makes us unique in something. And then such core competencies, this type of uniqueness, help us build competitive advantage in the end. The chapter, the good thing about the chapter, the strategic management chapter, it provides something like a prescription, وصفة, يعني which is called here the strategic management process. It's a process, consists of steps, 9 steps we go through, and in each one we develop something, we do something to end up with a strategy. The first step is to have a vision and a mission, and the second and third is to have a SWOT analysis. Number 4 is identify KSFs اللي هي ال Key Success Factors. Number 6 is to analyze competition. Number 5, analyze competition. Number 6 is to create goals and objectives. And number 7 is to formulate the strategy. And then in 8, we implement. In 8, we translate this into actions, put them into reality. The last one is to how do we control the implementation, which is called establishing accurate controls for implementation. This is chapter 2. It's an important and interesting chapter. After that, we will have chapter 4, which is about franchising and the entrepreneur. In this chapter, we will discuss and study one important way for starting a new business. It's pretty simple. You become a franchisee. Franchisee is the one that make a contract, a deal with a big company with big trade name, using their products, selling their products, or having their name using their complete business format, such as McDonald's, Hardee's, or Cotonil, مثلا, for example, selling their products and distribution, or mainly using their trade name but selling other products, not their products. So it's one way to start big, start with a big name actually, and the one you are using their name is called the parent company, or the right term is franchisor or franchisor. In this chapter, we will provide understanding of the meaning, the types of franchising, also the main basics of franchising. In essence, is to transfer experience and get the right to use all the elements of integrated business operation. Key question we have here: what can a franchisee do, or franchise do for me? I have to have something for myself to be convinced to have a franchising way of business. So we will study the benefits of franchising, the drawbacks of franchising, and also as well it's pretty famous, and everybody say that it's successful and it never fail, and you don't need much money. All these are myths, or these are not true, khurafat يعني, because you may fail, you may lose a lot of money. So we will talk about such myths of franchising. It's an important part in the chapter. Becoming a franchisee, it needs a legal contract. You need to deal with law. So we will talk about the legal aspect of franchising. And one important part is that how can you detect that the franchisor that you are dealing with is dishonest? These are some problems we have in franchising, so we will talk about it in this chapter. This will be chapter 4. Chapter 5 after that is about buying an existing business. In this chapter, the chapter 5, of course, buying an existing business, we will start by, as in the text, by discussing some questions you need to consider before buying a business. What type of business you would like to get in, what type of experience you would like to gain, potential for success, different changes you need to make, and so on. After these such questions, the types of buying opportunities you may have. There are some companies that everybody can buy and everybody may sell, and there are other ones that only for financial buy processes. There are others that are for serial entrepreneurs. Anyway, we will discuss this when we go to this chapter. There is some typology for business buyers and such chapter. Of course, in the chapter we will discuss the advantages and disadvantages of buying businesses. And as you may expect, how do we value a business we intend to buy? And there will be like a model for acquiring a business, a model that suggests some stages or steps we may go through, and in the end some critical areas we need to analyze for an existing business, and also as well the legal aspects we need to consider for buying a business. That is chapter 5. Chapter 6, one of the most important chapters we have in this course, is about conducting a feasibility study. The chapter starts with defining, providing an understanding of feasibility study and feasibility analysis as an important topic for those who are starting a new business. Of course, you need to answer that classical question about whether this business is good or bad, yes or no, go or no go for such business. So how do I answer this question? By doing a feasibility study. The chapter, of course, you have a course, you will have a course on feasibility study, and it may differ than what we the main structure of the course may be different of what we will introduce in this chapter. However, in the details, you will find the details are similar in our chapter and in the course you will have, inshallah. That the chapter is organized into 3 main elements of feasibility analysis. The first one is about the feasibility of the industry and the market. So you need to tell whether the industry and the market is attractive or not to have a business inside this market or in this industry. And you have another feasibility, it's called product or service feasibility, and the third one is the financial feasibility, in which you say or you estimate revenues and costs and investment costs and so on, and then in the end you tell whether it's profitable or not. This is chapter 6. Chapter 9 is another important chapter. We have actually 9 and 6 and 1 are very, very important chapters in our course. So chapter 9 is about marketing. And I know that you all had a marketing course probably in the previous year. In this chapter, we will introduce some exciting and interesting schema or prescription. It's called the Gorilla Marketing Plan. It's a prescription that suggests some steps for crafting a marketing plan and implementing a marketing strategy for your business. If you did these steps, probably you will have a good marketing process in your organization. So let me show you this marketing plan, the Gorilla. Let me slide this here. Okay, the Gorilla marketing principles. It's the steps. First, find a niche, which is called the target market. This is always you will find in any marketing principles. studying the customer, and customer means that you are studying the market, and segment this market and identify or choose one target market. This is step number one. And then answer the question, what might be unique? So strive to be unique. Define a unique selling proposition, USP. Number three, create an identity for your business. So this is the branding part. How do you have a brand that distinguish you against the competitors? Have a separate positive image in your market. Build a trust and connect with customers. This is the emotional level. Embrace social networking. Here we are talking about Facebook and Twitter and all these areas of social networking. Create online videos and have them in YouTube available for whoever is searching, googling about your business. Be devoted to quality. Quality should be one important value in your business. Okay. Pay attention to convenience. Convenience means that makes things easy for your customers, close to him, to her. Delivery should be very convenient for them, and so on. Have ideas and implement tactics for these convenience things. Concentrate on innovation. Be new. Always create and be creative and innovator in your business. Be dedicated to service and for customer satisfaction. Have a total focus on your customer, and then in the end be time conscious and be emphasize speed. This is what is called the guerrilla marketing plans. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have 6 in this page and another 6. So it's 12 steps. 12 steps for having a guerrilla marketing principle. That was the main point of chapter 9. Chapter 16 is about location, layout, physical facilities. And this is one important point for designing the layout. For deciding where your business will be. What city you will work at. Are you gonna have it in Zagazig or Faous or Min Al Amh, or maybe in Cairo, better for you, or maybe in Upper Egypt, Said? You need to discuss this where. So to decide upon such important decision, study the population trend, competition, clustering, comparability with community, and so on. These are areas we study, inshallah, in this chapter about studying the city. What might be location criteria for retail and service. This is some suggestions for formulas for the index of retail saturation, location criteria for retail and service. All this about location for retail areas. The chapter talk a lot about retail because it's more than 40 or 50% of new businesses are in retail areas. Shopping centers and malls. What might be the dimensions or the criteria for choosing an area for a mall or a shopping center, and so on. And different types of businesses are introduced in these chapters, and what might be different criteria for them. That was chapter 16. Chapter 19 is about HR. It's about staffing, it's about training, it's about dealing with people, it's about leadership, and how are you going to lead the company, lead people working with you, influence them to accomplish and achieve your goals and be successful. Let's postpone the details till we go to this chapter. And this is a quick overview about our course that we will take in this semester, inshallah. Thank you.